Do you ever feel like you are trying to accomplish something and the moment you decide that I'm doing this, something gets in the way? That is so common. It happens to the best of us, right? So this morning, I got up super early so that it would be quiet. It wasn't too hot outside. And I could film these videos that I've been wanting to film for quite some time. And so I get outside and I find a quiet spot. And lo and behold, I'm not used to getting up so early to do these videos. Lo and behold, every spot I went to, it happened to be a bus stop where kids were. So all of a sudden, there's like 10 little kids today, which was adorable, except it was difficult to film an ad when you've got a whole bunch of kids running around. And so I'm like, okay, well, that's not going to work. So then I went to a different spot, and all of a sudden, there was a truck that showed up, and somewhere where I mean I'm around. There's nothing around me except trees and a beautiful lake behind me. And so I go here and I'm like, okay, there's no humans around here. This is going to be great. And then all of a sudden, an airplane starts circling above me, and I'm like, you're kidding me, right? And so I'm like, finally, the airplane goes away. And I'm like, okay, here we go. Three, two, one. I start to film, and a fly decides that I'm its favorite snack today, and it's banging me in the head. And I'm like, what is happening, right? So now, in the past, I would have got really mad. I would have got really upset. I would have got frustrated and stressed because it's like, come on, I'm trying to do good. I'm trying to make things happen, and it's just one thing after another after another. What's going on? And I would get all uptight and stressed out. But I have learned that life is like a game. Okay, so we've all probably you've probably played Pac-Man before. Remember with the dook 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 dook, the little Pac-Man that's gobbling the pellets, and then the ghost. So how does it work though? Right? It works. Little ghosts are trying to eat you. And so you start playing, and when you first play, you make a couple wrong moves, and all of a sudden, you eat the Pac-Man, and you lose that level. So what do? Throw the game down? No, you're like, I'm going to play again. And when I was growing up, you threw harder in there, right? And so you play again. These days, kids just hit. So for a while, I would start learning the the right ways of doing it, right? The secret or the different ways that I could move and I could win. And then when eventually you keep playing, win the level, and it's like, yeah, finally beat that level. And that's the fun part. So, what if there were no ghosts, though? If there were no ghosts hunting you down, would it be any fun? And be going and eating pellets, and big deal. The joy is that the ghosts are trying to stop you from doing it. Okay. And then when you finally do beat that level, what happens the next level? Well, now it gets a little bit more challenging. There's a little bit more reward, but the ghosts are faster, right? And so all of a sudden you're getting to the next level, but there's more resistance there. But each time you play, you're gaining wisdom, you're gaining momentum. You are focused on what you've learned from the past, and you're using that to beat the next level. And then you keep playing, and then eventually you develop some mastery. And then once you beat Pac-Man, what's next? Mrs. Pac-Man, right? Because achievers are always wanting to grow. We're always wanting to take it to the next level. So I'm looking at life the same way. Life can be full of resistance. It can be full of challenge. Oh, I want to walk while I'm talking. I feel like when I walk, my brain works better. But I got this adorable little bunny rabbit. I don't know if you can see, adorable little bunny rabbit right there next to me, and I just don't want to scare it. So I'm just gonna stay right where I'm at. I don't know if you can even see it, but so anyway, so let's go the other way. All right. So with resistance, when you are trying to make things happen and you are pushing and things get in the way, here's three things that I do that have really helped me, and I hope they help you too. Okay. So the first thing that I do is I stop and I pray. Now, as I've gotten older, I've relied more on my faith and more on God instead of trying to always push through and figure things out on my own. I just find that when I am stronger in my faith, things seem to work out better, right? I feel more peaceful inside. I've devoted my whole life to trying to find inner peace, trying to find ways to feel relaxed and calm and safe and secure. And, I've helped people to have a better mindset and overcome limiting beliefs and free themselves from the traumas of their past. And it's all very effective, but you can still end up feeling nervous or scared or anxious or angry or resentful. And so I found that the most effective way to work through that is strengthening your faith. So the first thing that I do is I just stop what I'm doing and I just pray. I pray for strength and I ask God to help me and move through me and allow His words to come through me and move through the resistance, move through the challenges, and that really gives me a sense of ease. They say that if you knew who stood beside you at all times, you would never have to be afraid again. And the more you believe that and support that, the more I find that becomes true. Right? You see what you believe, and faith is all about believing. So the first thing I do is I pray. The second thing that I do is I move up and down. I start moving my body. The best way to feel anxious, scared, and stressed is to just sit still and hold yourself tight, almost like you're getting into the fetal position and hiding because you're afraid life's just going to take you out. And so it's funny. The lawnmowers are back out again. Of course they are. Right? So, this is a problem I had in LA. Everywhere I went, the national bird in Los Angeles is like the weed whacker. There's just constantly, and now I'm in Florida. I like palm trees, and so now it's the same thing here, living in the tropics. So, so the second thing then we do is we focus on moving our body because when you're all tight and you're stressed, you're just storing that cortisol in your system, and so the fastest way to release it is to shake it out, right? Just shake it out. And so if you're a Taylor Swift fan, you listen to that song, Shake It Out, right? And so that is a really effective way to shift how you're feeling. Tony Robbins, his whole program is on, shifting your triad, right? What you focus on, what you say to yourself, and how you hold your body. He believes that if you're in the right state, the right physical state, the right state of physiology, the state of excellence, then you can accomplish anything. And so there is deep wisdom in that. And so we want to make sure that we're moving our bodies around so that we can create that inner freedom and peace inside. Then the third thing that we want to do is we want to make sure that we are uh, redirecting our thoughts onto the outcome that we want, right? And so uh, when you have worry, when you have negative thoughts, when you have fear, when you have stress, people are like, how do I get rid of these negative thoughts? And the best way is to imagine that you're playing a tennis match with your brain, and the brain lobs over a negative thought, and your goal is to hit the ball back with a positive thought, right? Reframe it. What do you want to believe instead? What do you want to believe instead? It's such a powerful question. What would I rather believe instead, right? What do I want to have happen? We are so focused on playing not to lose that we're constantly feeling like we're losing even if we're winning because our thoughts are on, yeah, but what if this happens and what if that happens? When you are continually focusing on the bad things that can happen, you're going to feel that way whether they happen or not. In fact, most of the things that we're worrying about haven't happened. The stress is worrying about things that might happen. That's where a lot of the stress comes from. We're worrying about, I might run out of money. I might never achieve my health goal. I might never have my energy back. I might never feel stronger in my marriage. I might never have full faith in God. I might never have the business that I desire, right? I might never reach my full potential. I might never be in a relationship where I feel loved and valued. Those are the future fears that we put out there. And then we feel the pain now in the present, even though you don't know if any of that's going to happen. You're just making that up, right? And so I heard someone say the other day, and I thought it was really brilliant, that the experiences that you're seeing in your outer world are simply a reflection of your past thoughts and beliefs. So, what do you want your future to be like? Because your future is being manifested right now by your present beliefs and thoughts. So, if you want a future where you have more love, you have more money, you have more health, you have more fulfillment, you have more success, you have greater faith, you want all of that stuff, maybe reverse that order, okay? You have stronger faith, and then all the other stuff will begin to appear for you. When you do that, then you are manifesting your beliefs and thoughts that you're having now. You're putting that out into the future so that subconsciously your brain will start to move you in a direction that will allow you to manifest what you most want, right? But you got to know what you want. If I ask people, what do you really want? 90% of the time, 9 out of 10 people will say, I don't know, I want more money. I want to lose weight. I want to be happier. I want more success. And that is so vague, it's why they don't have it. And it's a challenge trying to figure out what exactly do you want. When you wake up first thing in the morning, do you take a minute to imagine yourself having the life that you love? Do you imagine playing it out in your mind so vividly that you feel those feelings? Like, what if you woke up? Everybody says, I want to be rich. I want to be a millionaire. Why? Because you think all your problems are going to go away? Because I have plenty of multimillionaire clients who are hiring me to coach them. And they have money, but they still have health challenges. They still have problems in their marriage. They're having trouble with drugs. They're having trouble with uh, all the same challenges that we have. Just because you have money, it doesn't mean that you are financially free. I know a lot of people that are just broke at a higher level. They make a lot of money, but they spend a lot of money. And so they're just in the same space. Or we think that having all this money is supposed to give us that joy and inner peace that we've been looking for and craving our whole lives. And then we discover, nope, where I'm still feeling as stressed out as I was before, even more so now. And what the heck is that all about? That's not fair. That wasn't supposed to happen. We weren't supposed to have that. I was supposed to be, have total peace in my life. And now that's not the case. And so, what I have found is that when you focus on strengthening your faith, shifting your body around, which is why exercise or fitness is so good, or just jumping around the room so that you're shaking it out, and then redirecting your thoughts on what you want, and don't focus on where you're at currently with your current circumstances. Those are a reflection of what you've thought in the past. You want to focus on where you're headed, okay, where you're going. And so we want to make sure that you are focusing on, this is where I'm headed, this is where I'm going. And so I'm going to be grateful now. I'm excited for where I'm headed. I trust that my faith and my subconscious mind are going to work together to allow me to focus on those high value priorities that are going to move me in the direction of my goals and dreams, that are going to give me those feelings that I desire. And that is going to help me to feel that fulfillment. And so when you focus on those three activities, it's going to be pretty exciting for you as you start to experience what happens. So I'm glad I pushed through this morning. I was able to get the videos done that I wanted to get done. And then I just sat in the car and cooled off before I made this video. And so I was able to get this one accomplished as well because I pushed forward. So I encourage you to push forward as well so that you can make your dreams come true. And we'll talk to you soon. Have a great day. God bless you.